is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today I'm going to be addressing a rumor that I've had a couple comments about it, wanting me to do a Blake Griffin Celtics rebuild. So decided to cave in because I literally didn't have any other ideas. If you guys have any other rumor trades you guys want me to address in a rebuild, I'm more than welcome to do one, because like I said, we're still in the very dead time of basketball right now. Yes, preseason is here, but it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just a very dead time right now. I'm feeling it more than ever, especially just the YouTube here. It's a little bit less interest just because of how dead basketball is right now. But nonetheless, I decided we're going to go ahead and address a little rumor today with Blake Griffin being maybe possibly traded to the Celtics. If you guys want to see me do some other rumors, like I said, just leave them down below. This is the trade that I decided would make sense for both parties. I thought, a filler player like Gordon Hayward, obviously, to make the salaries match. And then the Pistons get themselves a young player in Jaylen Brown. This was kind of an article online that I read, and I think this is the consensus, kind of a trade involving Jaylen Brown for Blake Griffin, basically. I thought Gordon Hayward made the most sense in this type of trade. Obviously, I don't think you trade Jason Tatum, and I don't think there's any other player that you don't trade Kemba, I wouldn't think either. So yeah, I think it makes the most sense that this trade would be the one that happens. So we're gonna go ahead and force it through. That is the only trade I will use override on, obviously, because Blake Griffin's the title of the video. So I thought that was the most realistic trade I could figure out. Other than that, guys, I will for the most part try to make this video realistic. That's what my plan is anyway. Just because the Celtics already kind of have a good foundation as it is, so I think it'll be somewhat easy to have this as a realistic rebuild. So honestly, though, I think Daniel Tyus, we're going to move to power forward. And Enes Kanter will not be starting this year. It has already been said that it hasn't been officially said, but Robert Williams will most likely be the starting center if I'm betting my money on it. And then other than that, we're going to go ahead and move this to a 9-man rotation. And they're going to have to redo this center thing. So we're going to go Robert Williams, and we'll give this guy, we'll go something like that. We don't want to give Vincent Poirier like that many minutes this first season, I don't think, just because we already have a lot of centers anyway, kind of getting depth as it is. So I think I'm going to go like 30 to Enes Kanter off the bench, and we'll go like 27, something like that. We'll do something like that along the lines of that. So how good would the Celtics be if they got Blake Griffin? We're about to find out. I'm going to go ahead and send guys like Romeo Langford and all that to the G League. Just because I think it, obviously makes sense to do that, because we're not going to be using them. So I'm going to sign one filler player. That way I can send one more player to the G League. Wow, Yabusele wants a lot of money for what he's worth. So we're going to go ahead and just do Jose Calderon instead. And we're going to go to Carson Edwards and do that. All right, so that's about all I'm going to do. So this is going to be the first season rotation. I think it looks pretty good. Obviously, the center position definitely needs some work, but I can, maybe address that in the offseason. The defensive system, I don't think makes the most sense for the guys we have. So I think I might move it to 7 seconds. Marcus Smart's like the only good defender here, and Boston, in my opinion, in that starting lineup, like I guess above average defender. Jason Tatum isn't terrible. Is Jason Tatum a good defender? That's a good question. According to 2K, let's see. He is all right, that's what I thought. I thought he was a decent defender. Kemba's not bad either, I guess, but all right, we're going to go ahead and simulate to the end of this first season, and we're going to see how this Boston Celtics team does. In the first season, we are the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference, 50-32. Not too shabby whatsoever. Here are the player stats for the season. I'm curious to see who led the way. Kemba Walker led the way. 31 points, 7 assists. Very nice. And we got 22 points from Blake Griffin, and about, let's see the percentages. 34% from 3 for Blake Griffin, and 43% from Kemba, and 43% from Jason Tatum. Obviously, this is the big three we're going to be building around. Enes Kanter, kind of chipped in off the bench as well. I do believe he declines his player option in the offseason, so I'm curious to see if I'll be re-signing him or not. He obviously was a huge contributor to our success and all, but he might be a little worth a little too much money when we get into the offseason, when we're going to try to find a better starting center than what we got right now. Robert Williams is fine and all, but I don't think it's gonna make us that good throughout the video. So we do lose to Toronto in the first round in 5 games, so that is an unfortunate start to our playoff hopes. So yeah, we definitely lost bad here, but that's what we can get to the offseason for and try to change things around. So I'm not sure what my first my first real move will be. Obviously, I'm gonna have to try to keep Blake Griffin throughout the video. If this wasn't a Blake Griffin video, he'd probably be the first guy I was trading, but like I said, he's the title of the video, so I'm definitely not going to be doing that. Let's get straight into the draft lottery, though. That way we can kind of see. I think the Celtics do have the chance of landing the Grizzlies pick, so hopefully that does come to fruition. And it looks like we are projected the #1 pick, so we most likely won't get Memphis's pick. Yeah, as it stays in the top 3, so we don't get it. And then it looks like we have the 20th pick via Milwaukee, and we have the 24th pick. So, you know, I could try to move up and draft James Wiseman. That is a thing. You know, I actually might do that. I think that might be my best chance at getting the best center possible. How realistic that is, not really, so maybe I shouldn't do that because I did promise somewhat of a realistic rebuild in the beginning. So I guess I won't be doing that. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna try to package to maybe move up to like the top 15 possibly, something like that. Let's see if Charlotte would take this for 15th. Okay, I can do that. That's, you know, we move up a little few spots because I don't think the Celtics are in the position to be like, you know, trading or, you know, drafting a bunch of young players with, you know, especially if they were to draft Blake or trade for Blake Griffin. Man, I'm just struggling right now with words, man. I'm sorry. Jaylen McDaniels, Precious, Khalil Whitney, Isaiah Stewart. I think Isaiah Stewart makes the most sense. You could argue that, you know, Vincent Poirier could eventually be the starting center there, but I think I might actually take Jaylen McDaniels instead because I think if you move him to small forward, he actually goes up. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I could be wrong. I could be thinking of the other one, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and sign McDaniels. And then Tatum and Cantor, like I said, declines his option. And then now we get into the qualifying offers. There's none out here to be, you know, had. And then we have about -$3 million. So obviously Kemba and Blake Griffin are getting the majority of our cap space right now. Marcus Smart, you know, third to them. And then as far as free agency is concerned, I don't know if we're going to get any money. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like we have any money. So Cantor, I wouldn't mind bringing back, but I'm thinking of a certain center out there that I think would make sense to start here, but I just don't know how good he really would make us. Grant Williams as well, then Robert Williams and Vincent Poirier, like I said. So, is my theory true about Jaylen McDaniels going up? That might have been in 2K19. I don't know if that's the same thing in this game. He does go up 1, so I mean, do we move him to small forward? I guess we don't really have a backup small forward, so I probably will just move him to small forward. And then Ojale is probably not going to get any minutes. But Langford and Edwards can back up, you know, Marcus Smart and Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum and Jay McDaniels. We got Blake Griffin and Tyus. And is this really a championship team, like, when you look at it? You know, it could be. Like, Jason Tatum were to take that next step, it really could be. But as far as affordable centers, Javale Mcgee was the first center that came to mind. And like I said, I don't even know how good that really makes us if we sign Javale Mcgee. But it's like literally the only thing I can think of. I think Javale Mcgee would definitely be like my best case scenario in free agency right now. So I think I will give him about a 2-year deal. Hopefully he doesn't go down in overall too much. So Javale Mcgee is going to be coming to Boston, and he's literally going to be our starting center. And I don't think we don't have bird rights on Enes Kanter, so we can't even bring back Enes Kanter. So this first offseason, not so great. We literally signed Javale Mcgee, and that's about all we can do. So hopefully, you know, Jason Tatum can take a little bit of a jump, and then we can count on Blake Griffin and Kemba Walker to keep doing their thing. Marcus Smart's the only other person I can think of to maybe like experiment with a trade, but I just don't see what I could get or, you know, would be much better for him. So I'll look real quick, but I think Marcus Smart is a very good fit here in Boston. He kind of just does a little bit of everything. Very good defender, of course. So yeah, I think he's going to be staying here. So hopefully Javale Mcgee can somehow be a little bit of a better center than Robert Williams was. Like, that's all I can literally count on right now for this first offseason. At least he doesn't go down overall like crazy. But, you know, Javale Mcgee is definitely a journeyman. And we could definitely see him, you know, maybe move on to Boston or something like that if the Celtics were in that situation where they still don't find themselves a center. Don't get me wrong, they could just trade Gordon Hayward for a center or something. Or the Celtics could even go maybe small ball and have Blake Griffin at center, but I don't know how well that would work. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not really sure what the Celtics plan is going to be for the foreseeable future. They're in an interesting spot, if you ask me, because they still have to wonder what they're going to do about Jaylen Brown. I do expect him to be traded just because, like, of course, it doesn't sound like he's willing to take less money than the max, and I just don't think the Celtics should be giving him max money, if you ask me, but we'll see. I'm going to probably give Jay McDaniels, and then we'll probably give this other one to maybe I guess we'll give it to Marcus Smart because I kind of want him to take the... I should have gave it to Tatum, but Tatum might have already had an A+. Oh, well. So now when we go to the rotation, we have a 9-man rotation. We got Kemba, Marcus Smart, Tatum, Blake Griffin, JaVale McGee, Daniel Tice off the bench, Jaylen McDaniels, Robert Williams, and Langford. So, yeah, not much has changed. Vincent Poirier doesn't... I should have sent him to the G League, but that's okay. Grant Williams is still not getting any minutes. I'm going to go ahead and send him to the G League. And before you go ahead and comment down below, you sent Grant Williams to the G League, because I've had that kind of comment before. He wasn't getting any minutes anyway, dude. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the end of the season, and we're going to see how this team does. At the end of the second season, Stephen Curry is your MVP. LaMelo Ball is your Rookie of the Year. Where is LaMelo Ball at if it decides to load up? He is in Memphis. Okay. Dennis Schroeder is your 6-man. LaMelo, Ja Morant, and Jaren Jackson. That would low-key be kind of nice, but I don't know how much of a fit it would be. Schroeder is your 6-man. Like I said, AD is your defensive player. Ja Morant's your most improved. So, I mean, looks like LaMelo and Ja Morant had themselves a nice season next to each other. But All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, and here's your All-NBA third team. So, Kemba makes it on, and I think that's all we got here. I don't think I saw anybody else. All-defensive first team and all-defensive second team for Marcus Smart. Very nice. We went 57-25, so we won 7 more games than we did last year, which is nice to see. The good thing, I will be hanging my hat on this offseason if we, you know, for some reason, okay, if we win a championship these playoffs, then that would be awesome. But if for some reason, obviously that we don't, I can hang my hat on that we're probably going to get, wait, did the Grizzlies make the playoff? Never mind. So our pick is not, okay, I thought the Grizzlies pick might be a lottery pick, but it's not going to be anymore. But let me look at these stats one more time. I kind of went through it quickly, but 26 points from Kemba, 20 and 19 from Jason Tatum. Then we had 13 from Jay McDaniels off the bench, so very nice that we got him. JaVale McGee with 12 points and 9 rebounds, about 2 blocks, so very productive. Center stats, if you ask me. Marcus Smart with 9, 6.5, and 2 steals, so Marcus Smart still doing his thing. Can this transition to some success in the playoffs? We'll see. As the Hawks jump up 1-0 on us, we do even it up with them. Can we go up 2-1? We do. 3-1 for us, yes. And can we move on to the second round? We beat the Hawks in 5, sorry. Now we're facing Orlando Magic as we're up 1-0 on them, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, and can we beat the Magic? We do in 5 games. So I'm going to go ahead and slow it down just for a second. 41 points from Mr. Blake Griffin in Game 5 of that elimination game with the Hawks. That's awesome. 27 led the way for Jabari Parker. As far as the Magic series is concerned, we had 53 from Kemba. So we've had some heroic performances and some elimination games, which is awesome. Are we going to be facing Philly or Milwaukee? Let's see. Probably Philly. Yep. Okay. So we got Philly and we got Lakers and Portland. So we have a rivalry renewed here with the Celtics and the 76ers. Except for Al Horford is on the other side now. So can we beat them? They're up 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-2. Can we come down from a 2-0 deficit? We are going to Simcast to see if we can somehow crawl our way back into this series. I hope we can. At least force a game 7, right, man? Okay. Very close game. They're going to beat us by 12 points. So, yeah. Fortunately, we weren't able to get it done. But the fact that we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals is somewhat promising. Obviously, we're going to have to pay Jason Tatum this offseason. But I got one more season to try to figure this out. I'm not sure what my plan will be. We're going to have to wait and see what I can do here, man. It's definitely going to be interesting. So, for the draft lottery, let's just see what pick we get from the Grizzlies. We end up with, let's see, where is it? We get the 24th pick, which isn't that great. So the 24th pick, and we have the 26th pick. So once again, we have 2 late first-round picks. Brad Stevens, we're still in the position to where I think that we should probably be trading our picks to try to get better, though, because, like I said, we still have a veteran Jason Tatum and a veteran Kemba and a veteran Blake Griffin on our roster. Obviously, Blake Griffin's probably going to accept his player option. So, I mean, these guys are in their prime. I got to take advantage of that. So, what do I want to do is the question. So, I think the best thing I might try to do is maybe trade Marcus Smart. That's the only thing I can think that would make sense. JaVale McGee did his thing. Maybe we could even trade JaVale McGee. I love Marcus Smart. Don't get me wrong. But if I can maybe find an upgrade, I'm not going to hesitate. Buddy Hield. How much better does that really make us? I think I got to try it, though. I think I got to try it. So I think I'm going to do that trade. So we're going to go with Buddy Hield. The Kings will get Marcus Smart, who's a little bit younger, and they get some picks as well. So that's why it makes sense for the Kings to do. Although I love the idea of the Kings backcourt with De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield. I think getting some first round picks, 3 to be exact, for Buddy Hield along with Marcus Smart. This is just kind of like, you know what, this is, we need to go all in right now. We're gonna have to get a prime Buddy Hield, 20 years old. Buddy Hield probably be in his prime at this point. So yeah, I mean, hopefully that upgrade helps us out a little bit. Javale Mcgee will unfortunately still be our starting center. Obviously, Jason Tatum is a huge priority this offseason. And other than that, guys, I can't think of much else to do. So if you guys are enjoying this style of videos so far, let me know. I definitely love being realistic. If you guys don't like it, no harm, no foul. Just let me know, and we'll do it again. I mean, it's that simple. So qualifying offers, Vincent Poirier and Jason Tatum. Hopefully, obviously, my #1 priority is to definitely get Tatum back. Vincent, I'm not going to worry about as much just because we're only doing 1 more season, and we basically have our team set in stone right now. But yeah, I think, obviously, unless we can sign a good center, better than, what's his name, then yeah, I might as well just keep Javale Mcgee. So, but we're going to go ahead and, I'm actually going to wait for Tatum to get an offer. That way it doesn't do that stupid, 1-year match thing, that match glitch or whatever whatever. I don't know if it's a glitch or whatever it is. It's just very annoying. So, I'm going to wait till Tatum gets an offer. Then I'm going to match whatever he gets, because then it'll just, if I give him a contract now, it'll just say, oh, you just gave him a 1-year deal, or he's going to sign his restricted offer, which is not going to happen. So welcome back to the Celtics, Jason Tatum. The rotation is basically going to be the same with Buddy Hield inserting for Marcus Smart. So I'm just going to go ahead and simulate to the end of this 3rd season. Hopefully upgrading from Marcus Smart to Buddy Hield helps out in a way. We'll see, man. Not really sure what to expect, but hopefully something happens. So at the end of this season, we went 50-32 once again. We get to face the team we originally made the trade with in the beginning, which shall be interesting. So we are the 6th seed. Looks like we went, 21 points from Kimba, 19 from Blake Griffin, 16 and 16 from Tatum and Buddy Hield. Maybe it would have been smarter to keep Marcus Smart just because he wouldn't score the ball as much, but it is what it is. I had to take a chance. We have Reggie Jackson who led the way. They still have Jaylen Brown, and it looks like they were able to land Andrew Wiggins. So hopefully we can get past this Pistons team. No problem. We'll see, though. As they're up 1-0 to start, we're up 1. Okay, we even it up. Can we go up? Nope. 2-1 for them. 2-2 for us. This is an interesting playoff series so far, as we're down 3-2 to start it off. So that is not a good sign for the foreseeable future. So hopefully we can get past the Detroit Pistons and move on to the 2nd round, though. That is the goal, of course. We are going to a Game 7, thankfully, on our home floor, so that should give us a little bit of more of a boost. We will have to face Philly, though, if we do get past them, which is not always fun because Philly just beat me last year pretty badly. But so far, so good, as we beat them by 1 point, 24-4-4. 21-13-7. Wow, that is a crazy. Damn, that was a close game. Okay, now we're facing the 76ers. I do have my doubts about this series, though, just because the 76ers are literally a cheat code in 2K20. And yeah. Yep, I saw that coming from a mile away. So we got Brooklyn and Orlando. Looks like the Orlando Magic. Ooh, they were so close to an upset. But we have Oklahoma City and Phoenix. Brooklyn and Philly, which could be the Eastern Conference Finals this year. Maybe not. Just depends, I guess, how good the Nets are without Kevin Durant. But looks like the Suns will win the championship. Well, on that note, I'm actually going to end the video here. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Like I said, let me know for the future if you guys would rather see more realistic style, or would you rather see me go more fantasy style. Just for some certain videos. I'm not going to do it all the time, of course, but just certain videos, just let me know. This Crushables, and I'm saying